Hello and welcome back to another update on Final Parsec. This week we're going to talk about some cool enhancements to the world building tool. Stick around too to hear about an exciting new feature idea inspired by the artist's way that could help you level up the creativity and focus needed to build richer and more immersive worlds for your game projects. If this is your first time here, I'm Bear, and Final Parsec is all about empowering people who want to create and share their own game projects. I recently quit my job to build tools for indie game developers, and we've already got a number of key offerings like our world builder, our sprite sheet maker, and much more. I publish weekly updates about how I'm building my business and product. This week's effort has been a continued focus on the world building tool. Let's get into it. I've been teasing that this feature has been in the works for a little while now, and we finally have a proof of concept out in production. So when you're working with Dan G. Masters, our world building chat assistant, and he suggests possible characters for you and your universe, those characters will now be annotated with an inline plus button, which will simplify character creation into a single click. In this case, we said, let's create 2 new world inhabitants that can be thugs that our main character encounters at a nightclub. And he'll generate a little bit of information about these characters and then also show their names. But you'll see now that they show up with a plus button, which lets me add them in a single click. So I can click Brick and Viper, these 2 new world inhabitants, and they'll show up with a description that matches what Dan said over here. Another cool feature we've added is the ability to hide the content of pages within the world builder by default when a spoiler warning has been added. So let's say we don't want you to know the backstory of Viper until you actually encounter him at the nightclub. You can go into the settings page now and say, this is a simple feature you can use to guide a player or the reader's progression through your world to make sure they aren't accidentally spoiling themselves. You can leave a message telling the reader to approach with caution and let them know when it might be appropriate to read the content that you've prepared. The reader will have the ability to toggle the visibility of the content with a button in the banner shown at the top of the article. The last feature I want to demo this week is the introduction of folders for organizing world groups. You can create an infinitely deep hierarchy of folders to organize all the groups in your world. This functions a lot like folders and files that you're probably already used to in other kinds of software. And it should help you avoid the growing pains that come with trying to organize anything more than just a handful of items. I've implemented this just for world groups this week to prove the concept, and I'll be making this feature work for all the other sections of the world builder over the coming week. So obviously I've still got some work in progress with those features to get them totally finished, and I'll keep working on that, but let's talk about what else is on the horizon. I've got this feature concept that I want to call dailies to encourage daily writing with prompts. I'm inspired by this idea of morning pages from the book The Artist's Way. I've never actually read this book, but the concept of morning pages is fairly widely shared, and it's something that I've adopted in my own life. Basically, it's a journaling technique where you make the daily habit of writing a fixed amount. It's super simple at its core, but it's tremendously good at helping you organize your thoughts and helping you establish like a creative outlet. My thought is that the world builder could have a feature to encourage daily writing with a simple prompt each day. Is this something you'd find useful? Let me know in the comments. I'll probably build it anyway because I think it'd be cool. Of course, let me know if you have other ideas for features. Another thing I've been working toward is the ultimate introduction of a premium or paid tier for the world builder. You gotta pay the bills somehow. I've been waiting until I've gotten through some of these other features and until I've gotten the tool a little more polished. But I imagine I'll be putting this in place pretty soon. Initially, I think it'll just increase the allowed storage for the art and data that make up your worlds and allow for increased usage of the chat assistant feature as well. We'll catch up more on this in a future video, and I'd love to talk through the formulation of a pricing strategy as well. All right, that's all I have for this week's update. Thank you so much for watching if you're still here. If you like the direction Final Parsec is headed, please like this video and share it with others. If you have feedback or feature suggestions, please leave a comment below. You can help shape the future of Final Parsec and the features that we build. And of course, subscribe to the channel so that you can follow along with weekly updates. My goal is to get videos out every Friday-ish. Okay, bye.